All right, well, hello everyone. It happens to be sundown-ish on Holy Thursday, and I thought it was a good enough time to test a little something. I got my very first brew kit for Christmas this year. It took me a little while to actually take it out of the box and all that, but I believe that my very first batch of homebrew is ready to go, and I thought I'd record the occasion, regardless of how good or how bad it is. If it's good, then I'm going to celebrate Holy Thursday, birthday of the priesthood, in such a way. And if it's horrible, then I'm getting a head start on the suffering of Good Friday. So it just seems like a good time to give it a go. So it's very much baby's first brew kit. My parents got me the Brewdemon, didn't pick that name by the way, the Brewdemon brew kit, and it's 1 gallon of beer brewed at a time. So it's pretty much the smallest you can get, and it's really simple because this is just like this malty paste in this little can. So you heat this up with hot water. You pour it in the fermenter, the jug that the actual fermentation process happens in, and then after a couple of weeks, you transfer it to bottles, and then you're good to go. So it takes about a month for this gallon of beer to be brewed. So it was fun. It was a good initial test run on how to do this. And I wanted to document this because I have no idea how this turned out. I think I did okay. I think I might have made 2 mistakes. So the first thing is you mix this with hot water when you mix it up, and then you put it in the fermenter and you add enough cold water so that when you have your target number of your target volume of 1 gallon of beer, it's a very appropriate temperature for the yeast, because you don't want it to be too cold or too hot because the yeast won't activate properly. So this time I didn't keep enough proper filtered water in my freezer or refrigerator. So the temperature was just a little warmer than it probably ought to have been. I'm curious about how that's going to affect things. The second problem is I filled my fermenter up to exactly 1 gallon of beer. They have a little marker on the side of the fermenter. So, I followed the instructions. But when it came time for bottling, I had a little less fluid than I would have liked. So 1 gallon of beer equals 4 of these bottles. You can see right here, I didn't fill them up quite as full as they could be. 3 of them are about this full, and the 4th one is even less than this. And you add just a little bit of sugar, and then you add your liquid that should become beer into it, and then you crush the bottle a little bit. And you know that you're making beer when the carbonation process makes the bottle firm like a can of soda, a bottle of soda, whatever. And these bottles are very, very pressurized, I can tell. I have a theory that I did not put enough liquid into these bottles, and therefore I have over-carbonated them, which I think is better than under-carbonating them. So when I open this, it might be an explosion because of the over-carbonation process. Willing to give it a go. So I've already got my second batch of beer fermenting in a nice dark room temperature place. And I've taken care of both of these things before already. I've taken care of both of these issues from my first batch. I went out of my way to refrigerate and or freeze enough water so that when I brewed my second beer, the temperature was most certainly the target temperature for the yeast. I'm very confident I took care of that. And the other thing is I chose to slightly water down the can of malt. I am currently brewing 1.2 gallons of liquid, so it's going to water down the beer a little bit, I guess, but hopefully I did it in such a way that I will have enough liquid to actually fill up these 4 bottles to a more appropriate level. We'll see about that. Who knows? So with that said and done, I got my decent glass here. This is technically a Pilsner, so I'm aware this is not the correct glass, and I don't care. This is my favorite beer glass, and that's just how it goes. So wish me luck, and I'll give it a go, whether it's a good outcome or not. Not gonna lie, that looks delicious. I'm no expert. I'm the opposite of an expert. I'm a beginner. I'm pretty sure this is beer. It tastes a little malty. And it's a little darker for a Pilsner than I would have expected. It's definitely a beginner's beer. If I had to guess, I think I did it correctly, so to speak. It's not overcarbonated. You can see already it's getting a little flat. I'm not sure what to think about that. There's a bit of a malty aftertaste, not bad per se. It doesn't taste the way I'd expect a Pilsner to taste. If I was brewing a red ale, I think this would have been a lot closer to what my target was. But yeah, it did work. It did work. I think I did ferment properly, and what I'm drinking is in fact beer. But I hope to improve over time. I know I can do better. So I'm gonna give myself a qualified success. And for my very first beer, I think I deserve either a C+ or a B-. So thanks for watching for this beer journey of mine. Happy Triduum. And Holy Easter to all of you. God bless.